Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Karina here with another video. Behind me you'll see my closet. I finally got the closet, so that'll be another video. This video is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be another get ready with me because the last get ready with me was a little bit of a conversation starter. But before we get into this video, I think I just want to address one point that was made in the last video. So there was a comment that was made about black women and straightening their hair to look more white, and I was just so caught off guard with this comment because I was like, what? Like, I was like, is that what we're doing? So then I stepped back to think, okay, like, just like how I'm looking at them doing something that, does this make any sense? You know what I mean? Like, I was just trying to make sense of it, but like when it comes down to it, I can only speak for myself, and that's so far from the truth for myself personally. And the reason I say that is because there's only two real reasons I straighten my hair, and like ironically enough, my hair is straight in this video. But let's just get to the point because another person said we don't have hair, and I was like, okay. Anyways, so for me, I straighten my hair to trim my hair. So I wash, treat, style, I do everything myself. And although when you go to a hair salon, some people can trim hair and split ends when it's wet, I can't because I do it myself. I can't really see, so I make sure I straighten my hair, blow dry it out, so I can go in and then trim the ends. So that's when you'll see my hair straight, right? Or just purely from a functionality standpoint, my hair will be straight. So like, I'll give an example of like, if you're doing a sleek ponytail and the ponytail's straight, you gotta straighten your hair, right? Right. Like, it's just, anyways. And then also too, it's just like, again, like, it's very easy to maintain and function. If, I'll give the example of a ponytail, right? So if I'm doing my hair in a bun, like when it's straight, this takes 5 minutes to do, less than 5 minutes to do. Just done in a bun. If my hair was in its natural state, it would take me 30 to 40 minutes in order to get it into a bun. So like, if I'm waking up in the morning to go to work, back when we had to go to work, completely different story. Like I would, it's easier for me to do it like this. It doesn't mean that I straighten my hair all the time. My hair is probably straight 4 times a year. 90% of the time, it is in its natural state. But I can't deny that when it is in its straight form, it's easier to manage. So like, it's not because I want to be white, it's just managing and functionality. Okay, so now that that is over, before I get into this video and tell you guys what this is actually about, I'm just going to show you guys some of the products that I'm going to be using in this video, because I'm going to use this video as a get ready with me / chit chat / new products. So I will be trying the Pat McGrath blurring under eye product, so it looks like that. I don't know if you can see it. And then I also will be trying out the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Yes, two very different ends of the spectrum. Ridiculously expensive, ridiculously cheap. But it is what it is. Alright, so, yeah, this is the glow stick. Again, it's a really weird color, but it does give you a nice little glow. So, this is what we doing today. Yeah, so today's video is a little bit of a, you know, let's talk about online dating during quarantine. Or lack thereof. So I think for me, there's a few problems that I'm having with this online dating thing. So rewind, let's start from the beginning, right? So I should have started with this, but I have tried online dating, but with no success, simply because like, guys are weird, or maybe I'm weird and I'm expecting things that I shouldn't be expecting, the online dating world. So for me, I don't discriminate. There's no doubt that everybody who knows me knows, like, oh, Karina wants to marry like a black man and have black kids, but it doesn't mean I only look for black guys. I give everybody a shot. Everybody gets an equal shot, because who am I to say that I'm gonna end up with a black guy? Is that in God's plan? I don't know. So I give everybody a shot. but I'm kind of struggling because some of these guys are kind of just reinforcing why I feel like I need to end up with a black guy. But it's not that I'm not saying that that's what I'm doing. Sorry. It's just, let me give you some scenarios. So I have tried like Tinder, I've tried Hinge. Those are the only two I've tried. But I know about Bumble. I know about Plenty of Fish. Oh, for a second I tried Plenty of Fish, but it was weird. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this. But I think my issue with these apps is the guys are kind of weird. Like, what I'm finding is when I match with people who are not black, sometimes, I would say 80% of the time, I get the weirdest responses or the weirdest messages, and I just don't understand why. So I have matched with some guys that are, just say they're racist, not to be racist, I'm just letting you know what their races are. So I have matched with some brown guys, I guess they're Indian guys. I'm gonna call them brown. We call them Brown in Brampton. So I've got some brown guys. I've matched with some white guys. Matched with like an Asian guy here and there. And yeah, and I've obviously matched with some black guys. So everything, like everybody, nobody, Middle Eastern, everybody gets a chance over here. But some of the things that people have referred to me as, or like thought it was cute to call me, I'm just like, you know what, I don't feel like I'd be called this from a black guy. So there's been guys, like, let me just get into it. So there's been guys who have been like, oh, my chocolate goddess, and I'm just like, okay, all right. Like, I know that most girls will be like, oh, it's really cute, and maybe this is why this is my fault, but for me, I'm just like, pretty sure they tell you what my name is. It's not my name. It's not my name. No, it's not my name. So, or they'll be like, oh, my Nubian queen, or I like, or the darker the bit, you know, the darker the bit, like all these, and I'm just like, oh, I love chocolate, and I'm just like, okay, listen. I don't even like chocolate. I don't even like chocolate. So the fact that you're even referring to me as chocolate is really annoying. First of all. Second of all, like, do you say this to anybody? Like, what do you call Karen? What are you calling Sally? I bet you're not calling her White Hershey's Kisses, or you're not calling her all this nonsense. You're calling her Sally, is what you're calling her. So that is, those are, I'm just like, it makes me feel personally like I'm not a feminist in any way. I'm not a feminist in any way, but it makes me just feel like an object. You know what I mean? Like, or like some type of fetish that is, you guys are trying to fulfill on your end that you wouldn't normally fulfill day to day or like in public. And like, it's an interesting conversation because like I have a lot of brown friends who are like, yo, like, they don't really date outside our race. Like, my mom and dad would probably kill her. You know, weird, probably over exaggerating, but the idea that like there's a lot of races still that where their parents are adamant that their kids date within the race, right? So just so you guys know, I'm going in before I start this conversation with the Hydrating Camo Concealer in the satin finish. Oh wait, in deep caramel. So there's a lot of people like that, and I'm just like, that's fair, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to judge anybody's culture. Like, there's reasons for that, and if that's the case, that's the case. You know, it's up to you to decide if you're going to align to what your parents want, or if you're going to defy them and make sure that your wife doesn't end up dead. That's fine, right? So, but I think, wow, this is really thick, and this applicator is kind of popping. It's pretty popping. I do like this. Oh, it's like the doe foot, but like it's so fat. I love it. Anyways, so I hope this is not too late. Anyways, yeah, so there's people who do that, which is fine, right? But it's funny because when I talk to them, they're like, yeah, like, you know, I never end up with a black, like a brown girl. I'm like, yeah, I never dated but like black girl just because my parents would kill me, right? And it's funny because then I see all these guys. It's just so funny how many of them I match with. And a lot of the time I experiment with some. I'm like, yo, when I look at the picture, I'm like, I don't, and I'm making huge assumptions here, but I'm like, I don't know if this guy would be down to date a black girl. And then I click and then you match. And I'm like, right? So like, it's just funny because I feel like it's not even what, in real, I don't know if I want to say real life, but like in reality, that person would never check for you. And I think that's the cool thing about online dating. It's like, oh, okay, well, you know, at least you get to meet people, but at the same, that you wouldn't normally meet, sorry. But at the same time, I always wonder, it's like, is this a on the low type of situation where they're only doing it because they have this sort of like fetish about another race, and this is where they can like live it out, but in like reality they're not going, like, this is not really going anywhere, you know what I mean? Like, I just wonder if that's the case. So anyways, I matched with all these people and I'm like, no, this is really cool, but is this gonna go anywhere, or is this just for you on your end to, you know, say that you dated a black girl? I don't know, I'm really not sure. I don't know what's going on, but that is not doing what it's supposed to do. So that's one thing. But yeah, let's going back to like what they call me. I'm just like, I don't really like, I don't know, like, you guys tell me if you guys get called anything, because I just be getting called some weird kinky shit, and I'm just like, I just don't want to be referred to as all of these names, because it just, again, goes back to the idea where I'm just like, are you talking to me because you're genuinely interested in me, or are you talking to me because you've always wanted to sleep with a black girl and you feel like this is the opportunity to do so? But it's just so weird when I get called all these weird names, and I'd love to know if you guys get called weird names too. But following up with the weird names, it's just like just general commentary about the fact that you are a specific color, right? Instead of holding a conversation where it's like, oh, you know, tell me what you guys do, it's like, oh, like the things I would do to that, you know what I'm talking about, but like that black part of the body. And I'm just like, do I turn to you and am I like, oh, well, you know what I would do with that pink? No, I'm not saying that, like, that pink sausage, no, ew, that's gross. Like, why are we having this conversation? So it's just like, I don't know, man, I really like this concealer. Wow, okay. But yeah, shit like that is just so fucking annoying. And I'm just like, you know, let's not talk about the fact that we're online dating and this is hard in itself. You know what I mean? Let's not talk about the fact that we're in quarantine. So even if we're compatible, I probably won't see you for the next 6 months. But on top of all of that, you just add all this nonsense to this conversation. And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, it just gets really annoying. And I end up unmatching with those guys because I'm just like, bro, this is stupid. Stop calling me shit like that. It's not my name. And I'm tired. So yeah, I've been struggling, and I don't know, some people are saying, Karina, you're overdoing it. It's really not that serious. Like, at the end of the day, like, these guys are genuinely interested in you, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, are they though? Are they? Because I really don't think so. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder in Dark. Like, why is that so long? Like, does she know that we have to review this on YouTube and we have a limited amount of time? I don't know if she knows this. I don't know how I feel about this brush. So I just finished my eyes because realistically, there's no rhyme or reason as to how I even do my eyes. I don't even know how I do them. I literally just make shit up. Throw some color on, ta-da, there it is. So I didn't even want to show you guys because there's no technique. But I did use the Off Tropic palette by NYX. I actually really like the palette. Look at the colors, like, and they're so pigmented. It's crazy. It's like 10 bucks anyway. Not much success is the point. I have not had much success on these apps, and like a lot of my girls, I'm bare man to like hook up with, do what they gotta do with, and I'm just like, not that I'm jealous, but like, I know girls who are like moved to other countries with men they've met on these things, and I'm just like, I just feel like a lot of the guys on here, one, we're gonna acknowledge that they're not that serious, and that's completely fair. Like, that's why they're using these apps. But at the same time, there are ones that may be serious, but just are very, very awkward. Very, very awkward. And like, I just want people to stop, like, saying things that they think, like, especially like when you're, and this is no offense to anybody, but like when you're not of a specific culture, like, I would prefer you not to try to be about that life, because you're not. In the sense that like, again, back to the yo sweet chocolate Nubian princess, right? Like, you're trying too hard, and you're trying to push, like, that you're, oh, like, I'm down, like, I know you're black, this is how I'm gonna acknowledge that you're black. Like, don't do that. It's just like me saying like something ignorant to an Asian person or a brown person, like, oh, my Sikh, Punjabi, Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan, like, it's the nonsense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying all those things just to make them think like, oh, like, see, like, I'm about this culture. Like, I think the thing that's missing is just being yourself, because at the end of the day, like, as much as you don't want to admit, there's a reason we matched with you. We didn't match with you because we wanted you to be black, or we're gonna match with a black guy. You know what I mean? Like, we matched with you because we wanted to match with you, John. You know what I mean? So like, don't feel like you need to be like Jordan, because you don't. You can be John. So that's the point I'm just trying to make. So like, I also, on the flip side, wonder how shitty the girls are, because I have this strange feeling that we are no better than them. And I would love to hear from a guy's perspective the garbage that they're dealing with when it comes to, oh my god, are you joking? Sorry. They're dealing with when it comes to being on these dating apps, because I'm sure, sorry, oh, my armpits, I swear I shaved. But anyways, I'm sure that like it's no better on their end, and I would love to hear the struggles that they're facing, because I feel like, honestly, like, I feel like as females, like, we're pretty good. Like, we're just well-rounded. We know what we want. I'm well-rounded. I know what I want. And I just wonder if most of the girls out there are the same, or if guys are like, yo, these girls are trash. You guys suck just as much as we suck. So I'd be interested to know if that's really the deal. But here's the final face. I'm gonna zoom in. The sun finally came back out, but it's actually like, it actually does what it says it's supposed to do. Like, I have used other setting powders and it doesn't do this. It just kind of like sets, but you can still see like imperfections here, other than like the texture of my face. It really does like blur it out. So I'm interested to see if it lasts for the rest of the day. I'll make sure to leave the comment, because I'm going to wear this out for the rest of the day, but I'll make sure to leave a comment below to let you guys know if I'm about this product, because this shit was $40 and I'm just like, why? We'll leave it there. But that is my video on dating online. Please guys, tell me what you guys are going through. Tell me if it's just non-existent at this point, because that would be also a fair point. But when it wasn't, what were the struggles that you were facing? Like, any race, any female, I just want to hear what you guys are feeling, because for me, the big is the people that are not of my race just don't really know how to approach me, and like when they start, it's just with some bullshit. So like, I'm really not trying to hear it, and I'm hoping that they see these videos and then they stop, because I don't like it. I don't like it.